Guilty as Charged. And this is where our producer, Lindsay, gives us a new Guilty as Charged question every week. And if we are guilty, we take a sip. So, Linz.
Do you ever intentionally leave a party early to avoid having to help clean up?
Oh, gosh. That's dark. That took a real dark turn.
It's juicy.
I will say, y'all, I'm not great at this.
Just take the drink.
I will usually offer, but I think it's because genuinely, I'm justifying all this, because genuinely, if I have people over, I do not expect them to stay and clean
Totally.
up. And when I have friends that do, I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like, they're doing the dishes. I'm like, well, I'm like, no. Like, this is what I fully was expecting. When you host, I'm all in. Like, I'm great. Like, I'm not expecting you to do it. So I think that's my, like, go-to subconsciousness when it comes to that stuff. So I don't always think about doing it for other people. Like, I will help to a degree or ask, I will ask usually, like, hey, what can we do to help clean up?
But is it like from across the room? You're like, yeah, you need any help?
No. Yeah, I think my sister and mom are probably bitter at me in life because of this. They do a lot of the work.
Well, they're just naturally, their personality is wired to be helpful.
I know, and then I walk in, I'm like, oh my gosh, is the kitchen clean? Did y'all do all this already?
Oh my gosh.
What was I doing? Unbelievable. I know.
So you're very appreciative
I'm probably
and
the
shocked.
worst. I'm probably the worst at that.
Yeah, I never assume, if I'm at someone else's house, depending on the relationship, I don't feel comfortable. I don't know what their routine is and how they want things done.
No, that is true too. Some people put where I could keep the clean dishes in the dirt, like they swapped it, and I was like, I don't know what to do about that.
That's true. And I have a thing at my house when we host. People load the dishwasher like maniacs, and they don't.
Oh,
and
George, I hate
put all the
you.
food
I hate
in the
that.
disposal. I'm like, put the food in the trash and then rinse it a little bit. I do a little pre-rinse.
I do too. I'm a pre-rinser.
And I've heard that it's worse or something. I feel like that's just something messy people said to make themselves feel better. Like, yeah, it's actually worse if you pre-rinse it. You want to leave all the gunk on there.
I clean for it.
Makes it work harder. Makes it hustle harder. I'm like, I don't buy that.
That's not true.
Have I ever left a party intentionally to avoid cleaning up? No. I do ask, and depending on the relationship, I'm happy to jump in. Now, usually it's not like the heavy manual labor, but at least like tidying up, getting the plates to the kitchen. I'll always do that. But as far as like getting the dishes in the dishwasher, I feel like you kind of vibe it out. And usually it's a no from me, dog.
Now, here's one thing I will do. If our kids are over, I will go up to the playroom of that house with my kids.
Unclean.
And we will clean the playroom. I will do that.
I need to know this as a new parent.
Yes,
this is good information.
because kids are a disaster and they will throw everything everywhere. And that is annoying. Like the kitchen to me, the food stuff, like, I don't know. Like we can get that done.
We have
the
a supper
playroom
club.
makes me want to like my head explode. So I will make my kids go up and like, hey, let's check out the playroom, make sure it's how we left it.
That's very nice.
That's a big thing for me.
We have a supper club and they're big on like, there's usually like two of us. It's usually me, and my toxic trait is I basically leave the group while they're still hanging out, and I will just clean up.
At your own house?
At my own house. And my wife is not a fan of that move. She's like, just hang out. It's fine. We'll clean it later. But it like gives me anxiety to just have all this mess, knowing that after everyone leaves, after I'm exhausted, then I'll have to clean up for
do
an
people
hour.
migrate to the kitchen and talk, though? Because that's what ends up happening, I feel like. Yeah,
they tend
great.
to. But usually I have one or two friends.
I don't think that's rude.
They jump in and
Some
they're
people
like,
think that's rude when you start to clean while people are there. I don't think that's rude.
I enjoy it.
I think that's being efficient.
And I love that when
efficient.
people leave, the house is already clean. Because your boy's not trying to stay up past 10.
Yeah, no.
All right?
No.
Me and Joe Biden, we got to go to bed early.
Oh my gosh.
Just saying.
And
8
paper
p.m.
plates are your friends. That's what I've decided.
That's another good
paper
life hack.
products all day. That's an easy cleanup.
Love it. How about you, Linz?
Yeah, you're a cleaner. I bet you're a helper, Linz.
I try to offer to help, and if I forgot, it wasn't intentional. Like it was just that
I feel like I've had dinner at your house and I was not helpful. So let me just preface that and say I'm sorry.
No, oh my gosh, I'm like Rachel. I don't expect that of anyone.
Oh,
so like
I thought this was a planted question from you.
I actually have friends that come to my
George.
mind that like are on it immediately, and I'm like, where did they go? And then I come back in, and it's like all done, and I'm like, you did not have to do that.
I have.
But
I almost feel bad. Like, I feel worse that they did it. Like,
yes,
I'm like, no.
Uh-huh, I can get there.
Like, I invited you to hang out. Like, I got it.
Good to know. I'll never help. Next time I'm over.
Well, we already know you don't want to anyway, so there you go.
I do. All I want to do is clean. It's the only thing I want to do in life.